Welcome back to another podcast. Today's topic is...
Which road will bring me back to home? Which road will bring me back to home? Which road will bring me back to home? Which way will I take to home? Which road will bring me back to home? Which road will bring me back to home? Which road will bring me back to home?
How important is sex and intimacy in your relationship? So first off, I just want to start by saying that intimacy is the key to a successful relationship. I feel like great sex is something that's learned, and a lot of times people think that sex and intimacy is the same thing, but it's really not. Yes, they go hand in hand, but they're not the same. One of the things that I jotted down was accept that you are a sexual being and that you deserve intimacy, sex, pleasure, and just to have that connection in your life. Because sometimes people feel as though sex is for the other person, but it's really for you. And just being able to open up with your partner is a very important part of your relationship. And I think when you allow yourself to do that, it, just opens up a whole new area in your life and in your relationship.
I'm timing in on that. I think that, with intimacy and sex, that it's about that passion, that connection that you're building with someone. It's very important that a lot of people, understand that, sex is important. Intimacy is important, but some people feel like it's not.
And I feel like people feel like it's for the other person, but like I was saying a few minutes ago, it's for you. Like, it's for your pleasure. It should be something that you enjoy. Now, being intimate as well, like, allow your partner to touch you. Allow them to just lay in your arms sometimes. Maybe you guys lay on the couch and watch a movie. Like, that's really, really important. Feeling comfortable enough to open up with your spouse and touch on them and just be playful with it. You don't have to be so serious all the time. And with the sex part, sex should be something that you do for you, not just for the other person. Because the person, they want it every night and maybe you're not feeling it. What can you do, or what can the other person do to kind of help you get into the mood?
Yeah, with that, it's basically getting to know your partner, getting to know exactly what they like, getting to know what they don't like. I know I hear a lot of guys saying things like, I'm not too touchy-feely, or if I'm not having sex, then, I really don't want to be, intimate, or, being intimate is, I'm just not that kind of person.
And I think women, we're naturally emotional and we crave intimacy. That's something that we like. And so for guys, I think it has to become a learned behavior for most guys, because again, maybe they weren't hugged when they were a kid. Maybe they're not used to just displaying their emotions. I had a conversation with one of my students. Well, I try to do lunch bunch with girls, and so I try to swap them out and do different girls every day, but sometimes the same ones want to come every day. But today I had a new group, and we were just talking about, different things about their parents and just the way they interact at home with their family. And so some of them, that parents have been married 14, 15, 20 years. Then you have some parents not married, 4 or 5 kids, they've been together forever, but they're not married, and the dad really doesn't show, his emotions. He doesn't display his emotions, doesn't tell the girls that he loves them or hug on them. And I think he genuinely does love them, but a lot of times, like I just said, guys don't know how to show their emotions. And so we as women, even as little girls, we crave that, whether it's from our dad or from, whoever, when we get older, whoever we're dating. And so that's very, very important. Dads, love on your daughters. It doesn't always have to be, that's my daughter, I'm not kissing her. Women crave that. We crave the love. And that's one thing I can always say about my dad is, whatever, he's gonna give me a hug, and before we get off the phone or before we leave each other, it's always I love you. And so that's just something that he's always done. So that's something you definitely want to do. You know, intimacy can be a part of all relationships, whether it's marriages or whether it's somebody you're intimate with your partner, or it can be, you know, just a relationship with your family in general.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people, you know, that the intimacy part, you know, it ain't so much sexual. It's just spending time and letting the person know that, you know, that you really care about them. You know, I know as I have a lot of married friends, so a lot of times, you know, they talk about such things like, well, I'm not that intimate, you know, or if we're not having sex, you know, the conversation is not there. It's like, you know, it's hard because
if you're not having sex, there's no conversation.
No, I'm saying like a lot of men when it comes to they're easier to talk to you after y'all have sex versus.
Why do you think that?
Because I mean,
why is that?
Because I think men are very vulnerable then, and once they become vulnerable, they're easier to talk to, and that's just what it is, you know.
What about if y'all are just like cuddling on the couch having a conversation? You
you can open up, you know, but I'm saying.
I think I do agree with. I think it takes you guys longer to open up.
Yeah, I mean, because we're built to like be tough. So if you're built to be tough, then you know you're basically, you know, a person that's like, well, you know, this is not me. Like I'm tough. You know, I don't want to be soft. You know, but you guys, you know, if you're gonna try to have a long lasting relationship or try to be in a long lasting relationship, be married and be with someone and be very vulnerable to them, then you're gonna have to be intimate. I mean, that's just a part of it. Yeah, you have to open up.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think becoming a father allows you to open up more. I do.
Mm-hmm.
I think, you know, once we get to experience that, we'll probably, you know, open up in a whole different new way. Because I've heard that, you know, people say, like, parents say that, you know, they can't explain it. It's just a different type of feeling they have because they have this person in the world that they've brought into the world. Now I want to go back to sex in relationships, because I don't want people to get this confused thinking that we're just talking about sex. Intimacy is just about sex. That's not what we're saying, because that has nothing to do with intimacy. It does, but it doesn't. If you're in a relationship, it does, and in a marriage. The important part about intimacy, especially in the bedroom, if you're gonna be, you know, sexually active, because most people are, and if you're not, then this is something you can use later on. But don't skip foreplay. I know, especially for women. Like men, sometimes they just want to get to it, but women, we love foreplay. But don't skip foreplay, because I think it really gives you and your partner the opportunity to feel wanted.
Yeah. Like
desired. Because I think women, a lot of times, men, like they're gonna show that they desire you, but I think for women, that part is hard for us sometimes to just take initiative and open up. Because I know even for me, like, it still takes me a while to like just, okay, well, I'm gonna go for it tonight. I'm gonna start. You know, we'll wait for the guy because we feel like we should be pursued, but sometimes, well, guys do like to be pursued and desired as well, and so that's something that.
Well, I'm gonna talk a little bit about the male ego. The male ego is tied to sex. You know, it's very important because as a man, and most men will tell you this, that men celebrate sex.
They celebrate.
They celebrate it. They basically. They talk about it, you know, like, especially when you're single and you know, they like to hear, oh, my sex is good. You know what I'm saying? Like
you want to hear the women, like affirmations that women tell you.
They celebrate it. Men celebrate it. They talk about it. They celebrate sex. Men celebrate sex. It's just the nature of the beast, you know. Men feel like, oh, did I do a good job, you know, or did I hit it right, stuff like that. Also, with the male ego, men love fantasies. So I think also a lot of women have to realize that you have to pursue. You have to be, sometimes, dress the part or dress real sexy, or have that lingerie on when you come to bed. Don't always just wear that t-shirt. That's it is what it is. Also, men love praise. They love praise. When I say praise, they love to hear, "Oh, baby, it was good. Oh, I miss it." That's a part of our ego. You know what I'm saying?
Stroke the ego.
That's a part of our ego. So,
and gentlemen.
And also, men love sex for sex sake. Basically, it says men want their wives to enjoy raw sex. And this is gonna get a little raw sex, like just raw and uncut. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let me do my thing, and just it is what it is. And I say all that to say that you gotta know, men like fantasies. Men loves the fact that they are being praised during sex, and these are things that.
So you feel like women should talk during sex, talk back to you, or talk to you.
Yeah, I mean, after it's over, tell them how good it is. I mean, just different things. As a man, I'm telling you, I'm a man, and I talk to different men, and this is what they love. This is what it is. All right, so just remember, is you gotta stroke the man ego though. So what you about to say?
I just wanted to mention prioritizing sex, because I know sometimes like life can be so busy. Like maybe you're working a lot of hours, maybe you're taking the kids here, practice, going to the gym, working out. By the time you get home, you done cleaning, cooking, doing whatever you're doing, you may be exhausted. We all been there. We're all guilty of that, like falling asleep. Maybe you're falling asleep on the couch, or you just, as soon as you get in bed, you fall asleep before your spouse even gets out the shower or something like that. I've done that before. So you want to make sure that you prioritize, like make it a priority, make it be something important. Because I hear a lot of people going, "Oh, I'm too tired for sex." I hear a lot of women, "I'm tired." They're too tired for sex because they've came home, cooked, bathed the kids, took the kids to practice, maybe went to the gym, cleaned the house, try to put a load of laundry in, try to get ready for the next day, making sure everybody have what they need in the house. So it has to be a priority, because if it's not important to you, you're not going to take it serious, and you're not going to feel like, "Oh, well, this is something I need to do for me and my spouse." Because like he said, men, they're just sexual beings. Like they're more sexual than women, and that's how God created them. But you want to make sure that you're prioritizing and you're making it something that's important in your marriage and in your relationship, because it is very important. I know you may not think like it's important, but it really, really is, because it's just something that you need to do for your relationship in order for you guys to remain close and remain as one. I think that's part of it. Get a lock for your door, parents. You gotta get a lock for your door, and you have to get your kid out your bed. Okay, your kid can't be in your bed forever, ladies. I know I'm not a mom yet, but I just know from my friends and other people that it's hard, because you want your baby there, you're scared, you may be a little nervous about them sleeping in their own room. But try to make it as convenient as possible. Maybe not put them too far away from you. Maybe get a camera, for the room. But they have to sleep in their own bed. They got to sleep in their own bed eventually. So you want to make sure that, you kind of start to prioritize when they get a little older. So they got to go in their own bed. And just lock your door and make time. If you have big kids, lock your door and make time. And also set some rules for your kids, because your kid can't just do what they want to do. I work with kids. They think they can do whatever they want. But if your parents have rules and boundaries that, hey, you need to knock on my door before you just walk in, that type of stuff. And it's not being mean, it's not just being like, "Oh, why you gotta be like that?" Your kids shouldn't just be busting in your room, when they 13 or, they older, they just busting in your room. Like, what's that about? So set some boundaries with that. I'm not trying to tell you how to run your household, but I think, there should be some boundaries. And guys, help the ladies out. Like, help them out. If you want sex, like, babe, I'm gonna put the kids to bed, go ahead and take your shower. Take turns. You gotta compromise, because it's hard, you know, when you're trying
Compromise is
to, your woman's working, she's cooking, she's cleaning, you want her to look good, so she's working out, she's trying to make sure the kids got what they need, trying to make sure you got what you need. So sometimes she gonna need a little help. It don't feel like because, oh, I work all day, I need to come home to a hobby and get what I want, and I don't feel like doing. Help her out. Help her out. I promise you, she will appreciate it, and it'll make your relationship much better. There's a book that we read together. I don't want to read that book again, but it's called His Needs, Her Needs. We read it like early on in our relationship, but that's a perfect book, and I recommend that book for y'all to read. We'll post a link in the description, and if we don't, please remind us to do that, because sometimes we forget what we said.
So also, I want to say that sex is a way to connect with men. It's a way, you know, and women say, what you mean to connect? It's a way that, like I said, that's when the man is most vulnerable, you know, and that's just what it is, you know. I mean, I talk to a lot of my guy friends, and a man is most vulnerable after sex. He will have a conversation with you. He would get up and probably go cook you breakfast or dinner. It's just what it is. A man is very vulnerable. So that's
a good time to ask for stuff, ladies.
Whatever. Also, there's 7 reasons why sex is important, and I'm gonna just kind of scan through them real quick. And number 1, sex allows you to be very passionate with the person that you love. It's very important that, you know, you're passionate with the person that you love. Number 2, sex relieves stress. It really does. Sex, it relieves a lot of stress. Number 3, it keeps the connection alive with each other. You know, if you having sex with your spouse, the connection is gonna be there. He's gonna want to spend more time with you. He wanna, you know, make sure things happen. Number 4, sex is a form of communication. You know, by you having sex, you know, with your spouse or your lover or whatever, you guys are communicating.
And I think it really allows your spouse to see into your soul, like to see, you know, really what type of person you are. Like you said, it allows you to be vulnerable. You know, women are very vulnerable anyway, so we get emotional.
Also, number 5, sex also it helps you sleep good at night.
It really does. And also, guys, it gives you energy. Like, you ever wake up the next day, you're just like, you ready for the day. Like, I'm gonna put on my little makeup, I'm about to get cute, I'm about to get, like, it just gives you energy.
And number 6, sex makes you happy. It's because you get a good feeling, it makes you happy, it makes your day go great. You know, it just makes you happy. And number 7, it keeps your partner happy, you know. I say all those 7 steps because these are steps that people need to know. You know what I'm saying? Like, man.
And it's a workout. Like, depending on what you're doing, it's exercise.
That's what I've read.
But it's not like, you know, not like I did. You still need to go to the gym, but it's a form. It burns
people
calories.
Not gonna be going to the gym.
It really burns calories, though.
I'm just saying.
I'm not lying.
I know it is, but I'm just saying. You telling people that say, "Well, I can just have sex and I'm gonna lose weight and be fine."
Really, I didn't say that. You gotta eat right. Yeah. That's big.
Process.
It's a process. No,
it's a process.
I'm not saying
So.
that. And the last thing I want to say is I heard you mention earlier about lingerie or the ladies not coming to bed with a t-shirt and granny panties.
Yeah, granny panties. I mean, that's not even sexy. It's like, that's done. You know what I'm saying?
Get rid of the granny panties. No.
It's true though.
You do. Get rid of the granny panties, the t-shirts. Sometimes the guys won't say anything because maybe they're just genuinely nice guys and they're just like, whatever, that's what she does.
Man, nice guys finish last.
Thinking like, oh, well, she gonna get naked, or the lady think like, oh, well, I'm gonna get naked anyway. No, ladies, no.
Dress
clean
sexy.
Out them. You gotta keep some granny panties, but you gotta clean out them old ones that got
sexy.
holes in them and faded.
Dress sexy.
Clean them out and go ahead and go order you some lingerie, little boy shorts and stuff like that, cute stuff.
Dress
and come
sexy.
To bed. And also make sure you stay stocked up on your smell goods. You know.
Nobody want to go to bed.
This one follows me in a restaurant. Oh,
really?
It smells so good. Don't lie. It smells so good.
Oh Lord.
But anyway, just make sure you know you're on point. ladies with that.
So what's up with these hats in the video?
I'm wearing this hat because I just came from the gym. So like we literally just went to the gym and came. And this is my first time wearing a hat in the video, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Sorry.
No hats in this video. No hats in this video.
Hey, just came from the gym. Hair's not together. We don't have no makeup
be
on.
yourself.
I'm being myself. What's wrong with wearing this?
No, nothing. I'm just saying.
It's bothering you?
No hats in the video.
Whatever, y'all. I'm not worried about what he's talking about.
Anyways, listen, man. Sex and intimacy in a relationship, whatever you gotta do, just make sure you guys are making your spouse happy. Make sure you're making yourself happy. And at the end of the day, read over your little your 7 or your healthy. Read over your little healthy things before we go.
Well, these are some things that I did not mention, but here's what a healthy sex life can do for you is what research shows. It can help keep your immune system up and running.
Come on.
Boost your libido.
What's libido? What's libido?
Give you more energy.
Okay.
And then improve, I don't know about this, but improves as a woman, it improves your bladder control.
What?
I don't know about that.
Okay.
Lowers your blood pressure. I do agree with that.
Oh yeah.
I mentioned counts as exercise. Lowers heart attack risk.
Okay.
Lessens pain, and for men, it may. They're still doing studies on this, but it may prevent you from getting prostate cancer.
Oh, no prostate cancer. I need to be putting in that work every night.
Try to get it in as much as you can. I know sometimes it's hard, like with schedules, but
how many times a week?
Make it work. How many times a week should people have sex? I don't know. Because
once, twice, 3 times?
Everybody's
7?
different. We're not gonna mention how many times.
Oh yeah, I'm just saying how many times? I don't know.
Some people have sex a lot. Especially like entrepreneurs, because they have a lot of time on their hands.
Okay.
And
so listen, man. As I always say,
at least 3 times a week. At least 3 times a week, and that's not a lot.
3 times.
3 times a week is 7 days in a week. 3 times.
3
at
times.
least 3 times.
As I always say, listen, like, share, and subscribe. Comment below. Hey. It is what it is. Share this video on your Facebook channel.
Oh, and I guess I can't wear a hat in the next video, but you know I'm cute. I'm still cute or whatever.
Whatever, man. Anyways, and like I said, like, share, and comment. And don't forget to hit that notification button. So we posting videos every week non-stop.
Yeah, and then we are going to do a couple of vlogs too, so stay tuned.
Lots of vlogs. Not just a couple, but anyways.
Coming soon, I mean.
Christian Click, we see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Which road will bring me back?